I just can't do it anymore, my hero. For damn near 17 episodes, now not every single one, but a majority of them, you have made me convinced a character was gonna die. Because I was like, well, we're at the end of the world. There's a lot of cannon fodder. People ain't gonna make it. And I'm, on one hand, always relieved when a character does pull through. But you would think I would have learned my lesson by now. But when I saw Hawks get ripped, I was like, that, on one hand, is the cleanest rip of a body I've seen, because barely anything is surviving. But then on the other hand, I'm heartbroken, because I'm like, yeah, I totally expect that. Hawks is definitely one of the characters with the biggest targets on his back. So then when I see he's actually okay, he was a fake out, I'm happy. But I'm also like, if you're just gonna do it, can you do it already? Just rip the band-aid off. Kill my favorite characters already. I know you want to, just get it out of your system. But like, you think I'd learn my lesson, but I feel like at this point, if I was to say, you know what? I'm gonna walk in the next few episodes, they're gonna be completely fine. Deku's gonna lose his head. So at this point, I'm just gonna assume the worst and hope for the best, because what else am I gonna do? But freaking fantastic. You know, I got those full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want to see my mind break in real time to any of this My Hero Academia greatness, it's over there exclusively. So, brilliant. I actually want to first talk about Toga, because it's kind of ironic when you think of it. So Toga's ability to basically use quirks of others stems from a place of love. Like, for her, it's love. And it's a twisted love, but still, at the end of the day, it's a place of love. Like, the idea that her ability is based on the love for the person that she's using it, but she's almost too sad for Sad Man's Parade, given the fact that her hatred for the heroes is basically making her love ability weaker in the process, and that whole turn of events is just very ironic to me. Though I am concerned about her, because despite her being the big reason there's an entire army of twice doubles like going crazy, I am very concerned she's gonna pull one last trick out of her hat. If you watch after the credits, there's like 4 minutes after the credits are done playing. Nothing truly explosive happens, it's pretty much all just focusing on her and her struggles right now. But she's gonna pull one last rabbit out, and I think it's gonna really shake up the cast. But time will tell, I suppose. But yeah, it's quite interesting that even when she's not 100% doing maybe what she wants to, she's still able to cause such a... Like, this is the equivalent of the rumbling from Attack on Titan, but for the My Hero Academia world. Like, it's not an easy thing to deal with. Deku and Lady Negan. Oh my god. So we not only get to see what led up to the sniper shot last week, we get to see her do more. So I thought it was a single shot she did last week, so the initial was 2 shots. One in the arm or the wrist that was going to touch the ground and use decay, and then another hit his neck or head area. And the fact that she gets one last shot in to the other arm, which then gives Deku the opportunity to use Black Whip to move his limbs so he can't touch anything, it gets everything in the right area, is just such a badass move. And the fact that it inspires. Like, the fact that the person that inspired her to become something more than some disposable weapon for a shitty villain is Deku. And the fact that she's the one who not only saves Deku's life here, but gives everyone... Because it's not like a single specific person is the reason they're winning or doing this or that. But there are specific instances where Gentle comes in. Without Gentle, the coffin in the sky would have gone down. That is a key specific moment that without him doing exactly what he did there, they would have been screwed. Lady coming in, sniping off the hands, is the reason a lot of people aren't dead right now. But of course, the ace in the hole is Deku, and being able to do what he's currently is. He takes that bitch off, he says, you know what? You thought we were trapped with you, you're now trapped with me, bitch, and gets the hell out of there. Gives opportunity for Coffin in the Sky to recharge. I just love what they're doing, because it's like, the way characters are getting brought back, explaining why they're brought back or their motivations, why they maybe weren't around right away. Just absolutely fantastic work if you ask me. But yeah, this was pretty insane. So you think it's crazy enough when it's just a shit ton of twice doubles just going crazy, and then you add in tornadoes. But man, Tokiyami. So Dark Shadow has been since season 2, I'd say. I think that's about when I really started messing with Dark Shadow. Was one of my favorite quirks in the series. And I still think that. There's definitely been other quirks that have gotten more spotlight, you know, in recent memory, but I think Dark Shadow has been one of the cooler ones in a long time. And just seeing the whole freaking screen light up with that shadow, and then the mixture of quirks working together, it ain't a finishing blow, I'm sure, But you can let the viewers hope it is for 7 days, because that is the type of adrenaline that keeps... Because if you just beat down the characters, if you beat down the viewer and say everything we throw at them never works, then you're just gonna be a walking edgelord going to Hot Topic thinking everything's wrong. No, you have to give the viewers, or the readers if you're reading in the manga, the expectations that sometimes we get W's and it feels like hope is on the horizon. And even if the next chapter or the next episode comes in and they get up and they sideswipe us, at least we had that hope for a little bit, so it makes us still think that there still is, because we're still this late into the end game pulling out tricks and doing things that could be a finishing blow. The separation though between these two, with obviously Shiggy and our big boy, it's a bad breakup waiting to happen is all I'm saying. But man, the mental fatigue that not only the heroes are going through, but Shigaraki himself is also going through, you can just tell it's putting an emotional strain on him, because holy hell, just the production's fantastic. There's a couple of times, is there a static shot, which they just slowly move the camera? Sure. If you really focus up close sometimes with all the CG twice, is it noticeable? Of course. But the people who take those couple of moments and say, look at the production, and ignore all the amazing 3D, all the amazing lighting, the way this looks like a total apocalypse. This is a wonderfully produced season, and I can't fathom why anyone thinks My Hero Academia fell off visually with this season, because this is the best produced My Hero season, and I'm not even putting that up for debate. Is there specific animation moments in previous seasons that you can argue surpass it overall? Sure, but as a collective season, the amount of craziness that they are going balls to the walls with, and the worst that you can truly nitpick is, yeah, if you look up close to 1,000 character models, does it look like CG? Of course it does. Or do sometimes they hold on to a shot a little longer? Of course they do. But the fact that they're constantly shifting it and going so expressive and explosive, why the hell would I criticize the production here when it is literally delivering above expectations for me? I assume the Dark Shadow stuff isn't going to be enough. They're going to get up. Shit, someone's probably going to lose another limb. But we're approaching the finish line. We're approaching... Not that I think the whole battle's done by the end of episode 21. I know we're getting season 8 to fully wrap it all up with epilogue and wherever else, you know, the final stuff goes. But it feels like we're reaching the point where very few tricks are left to be pulled, and whoever's trick is going to be the true trump card is going to decide the victory, because it is very evenly split on if we can do anything. Toga is currently the wild card again, and I truly think she's going to pull some bullshit from her ass, but time will tell. But I can't keep doing this, My Hero. You keep convincing me characters are dying, and as happy as I am that Hawks is alive, but I swear to God, if he actually doesn't make it and you keep making me think certain characters are going to live, I'm just going to cry. Let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got match. Mate, Danbro77, Carl Stefan Berdahl, Ashiel, Eben, Clay Samuel, and we also have Hayden. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you all have a good one.